Hello, family. How's everyone doing today? I hope everyone is doing well today. Let's talk about it, family. Tiffany got pushed out of the township door like an ex you don't want anymore. Yes, the residents said they was tired of this bad relationship, and they got rid of it. Tiffany lost by a landslide in the township. So now Tiffany is no longer the supervisor of the township, and she lost her position as mayor at the village. Boy, this has been an upset week for Tiffany. She crying in the car, her and Kamal. And let's talk about how Tiffany dry snitched on Stan, her boyfriend Kamal, and herself, while Kamal was standing right there beside her. Then Kamal had the nerve to jump on Tiffany live and tell the public, y'all keep lying. What? Why your girl is sitting there dry snitching on you at the same time, you had the nerve to send a message to the public. The public is not who you should have been talking to, Kamal. You should have been talking to your girl, because she clearly dry snitched on you and Stan in her live video while you were standing right there. Family, you can't make this up. You can't make this up right here. Tiffany was trying so hard to make everybody else look bad in her video, her campaign video, until she started telling on herself. Basically made the Fed's case against her a little bit easier. Yeah, let's talk about it, family. You can't make this up. Y'all already know what we got to do for the ones in the back. For the ones in the back. This video is under fair use. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of Copyright Acts in 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational, and personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Yes, fair use. All rights and credits go directly to its rightful owner. This video is purely for fair use, opinion, and entertainment. Enjoy. And we also want to add that everything in this video is alleged. Yes. Yes, so let's give a shout out to everybody. Shout out to the moderators. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the replay gang. Shout out to our subscribers, new subscribers, old subscribers. Thank y'all all so much. Thank you for the viewers as well. Please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you are not a subscriber already. Thank you so much. We appreciate your love, sending love right back to you all. Let's get right down to it, family. First, let me talk about this before I talk about how the residents got rid of Tiffany like a bad relationship. We're going to talk about that, how she lost by a landslide at that township against Napoleon Harris, okay? But before we get into that, let's just go back a little bit, a couple of days prior to the election. Tiffany was in an empty parking lot talking mess, like always. In an empty parking lot, just running her mouth. And she was running her mouth so much till she threw herself, her boyfriend, and Stan in that quicksand. That's what it was given to me, family. I'm going to let y'all hear what I'm talking about. Yes. She only had a couple of days before April the 1st to just sit down, be quiet, and keep her big trap shut. But no, she couldn't do that. She had to be seen. She had to go up there and beg for some last few write-ins and all that, and threw herself right in that quicksand some more for the feds. Boy, you can't make this up right here. Check it out, family. Let's get right on into this. Yeah, Tiffany had a bad week. Yes, she did. Now, check out this with Tiffany's in this empty parking lot begging for write-in votes.
Schools. Y'all know the school district need a lot of help. A lot of help. So whatever you do, when you go to vote, make sure you change that school board. Change it. I mean it. Now, I ain't endorsing nobody. I'm not going to say nobody's name. But it's certain people that you need to get rid of. But I will tell you, get rid of the entire board. You heard me? Everybody. Because there's a lot of things that need to fix over there. How y'all got swimming pool and ain't got no water in the pool for the kids to swim? I know when I went there.
Now, notice how Tiffany is saying, y'all need to get rid of the whole board at District 205. Does that ring a bell to anyone? Family? Yeah, we're going to talk about 205 in a minute because it surely ring a bell to us. Now, Tiffany asked, how does a school board have water have a pool but don't have water in the pool for the kids to swim? The same way you spent over $1 million on an ice skating rink unapproved and named it after your daughter that none of the kids seemed to be able to skate in. It was closed to the public. So while you talking about them having water or not having water in a pool so the kids can't swim, you have an ice skate rink over there where the kids can't skate. Make it make sense. Isn't that the... Boy, isn't that something? How you going to talk about somebody and you do the exact same thing? Anyway.
We can swim, we can do this, we can do that. Y'all just terrible. Nina Graham gotta go. Nina Graham gots to go. So make sure you vote for people that care about your kids.
Now she said Nina Graham has to go. Nina Graham is on the school board and is the lady that when Tiffany was trying to have her trifling 4th of July event last year, that the lady wouldn't allow Tiffany on the grass to play. She said no, they could not use the school grounds on that day. And Tiffany got heated. So Tiffany is still mad about that. We'll talk some more about that later. But that's who the Nina Graham is that Tiffany is talking about. Yeah, she didn't have a problem with it a while back.
People don't understand that the kids are the future. Whether you got kids, your kids grown, you got grandbabies, you don't, you still...
Listen to Tiffany just basically confess and dry snitch on herself right here. Check it out.
You'll pay a portion of your property taxes for the schools. Little do you know. But they don't put the money back in the schools. Like, think about that. They should always put the money back in the schools, and they're not doing that. Now, I don't sit on that board, so y'all don't get it twisted and all messed.
Okay, so Tiffany said you should always put money back in the schools. She said 205 school district is not putting money back into the schools or any other schools, basically, because she just didn't say 205. She talked about Miss Nina, who is part of the 205 school district. But then she says that the kids, she's thinking about the kids. The kids, the school, should put money back into the kids. Tiffany just fell in quicksand with the feds because guess what? Tiffany just admitted you should always put money back in the schools. But her and Kamal took grant money from the school. Took grant money from the 205 school district and used it for Kamal's car wash. Took it clean up out the school. Didn't put any money back into that school. Matter of fact, she took it out by giving Kamal a grant or filling out the grant. And Kamal took money out of the school. And then on top of that, Tiffany gave Kamal $100,000 salary a year for a bogus youth program that he never did. So that was $100,000 that could have been for the kids in the school, for the kids in 205 school district, but instead, Tiffany and Kamal took over $500,000 in grants from the school, from the kids, and then she paid Kamal $100,000 a year to do nothing, which he was there ever since 2022 is what he said, that he started getting paid. So he got paid in 22, 23, and 24, which is $300,000 worth of pay for something he didn't do that could have went back to the school. could have went into the school. So see, Tiffany's throwing herself further in quicksand by admitting that she knows money should be put back into the schools. And that grant that Kamal got clearly tells us and the feds that $500,000 was not put back into that school. Why is that, Tiffany? Since you've told us how it really goes. See how Tiffany just dry snitched on herself while trying to beg and do a last-ditch effort to get write-ins. Wow. See, that's why you should have just sat back, shut the hell up, and just let April the 1st come and then see what the results would be. Because you clearly was messing yourself up with this here trifling video in an empty parking lot. Yes. And if you would have put that money, you and Kamal, back into the school, maybe they wouldn't be below grade level. And not only did y'all take the kids' grant for y'all personal come up, y'all took that $100,000 a year salary away from the taxpayers, the kids, and everything. And Kamal didn't do nothing but parlay. Why is that? And then Tiffany said it with passion too. She said it with passion. That she knows money should always go back into the school while taking it out of the school. So that just shows that her and Kamal purposely took grant money and salary money away from the government and the kids on purpose, just for their own come up and lifestyle. Wow. The confession is real, ain't it? And don't think that the feds didn't catch that like we caught it. Now, finish listening to her dry snitch.
Because I noticed that there was some article that went out, y'all constantly got to attach Tiffany Henyard, and you got to attach the village of Dolton to everything. We got nothing to do with that school board. We got...
Okay. Tiffany said y'all trying to attach the school board to Dolton. She said she seen an article that's trying to attach her to that 205 school board. Tiffany, you are attached to that school board. You see how quick Tiffany will lie? Tiffany says she's not attached to that school board whatsoever. She said she had nothing to do with it. So she basically distanced herself from Kamal, because see, Kamal grant was for that school. So she basically distanced herself. She said, Dolton board, that's her and the administration at the village, has nothing to do with that school board. But guess who is tied to that school board, family? Kamal. Because he has gotten the grant from the school 205 school board. And not only is Kamal attached to the school board for that, Tiffany attached Kamal to the school board by giving him a $100,000 a year job, saying that he's part, or he's the director of the youth violence program, which never was. And she distanced herself from Stan, because Stan was on that school board. But you see how quick she wants to distance herself? I have nothing to do with that school board. Left her boyfriend clean out there on a limb. And that went clean over his head while he was standing out there with her. So, why did the subpoenas go to 205 since Tiffany said she has nothing to do with that school board? Why did the subpoenas go to the school board on the behalf of Tiffany, because Tiffany is connected to that school board? Yes. Why is that? Because, see, Tiffany is connected to that school board. She is connected to that school board. See? Stan is too. Steve, he was. Y'all will see right there. She says she's not connected to it. But look who was at Thornton Township High School District 205. Board member Stan Brown. Stanley Brown, District 205. Yes. Mr. Stanley Brown, board member. Yeah. See, Mr. Stan Brown, board member. It's right there. He was. Y'all see right there? He's a board member on 205, Stanley Brown. So when Tiffany say she wasn't connected to the school board, really? Is this how Kamal got that grant out of 205? Because Stan was on the board at the time he got the grants? Is this why Kamal got that grant? It's just a question. We just asking a question. You know what I'm saying? That's all we doing. We just asking a question. Because, you know, Kamal did get that grant from 205. She says she's not connected to 205. What do that say, family? Tiffany Henyard, the former mayor of Dolton and supervisor of Thornton Township, is under federal investigation, and subpoenas has been served to Thornton Township High School District 205 seeking records related to her activities, including those involving her boyfriend Kamal Woods. So see, when Tiffany gets up there and lies so quick and talking about she had nothing to do with 205, I ain't got nothing to do with the boy 205. I ain't got nothing to do with that. That ain't got nothing to do with Dolton. That ain't got nothing to do with Dolton. Yeah, you are connected to it. Yes, you are. Very connected to it. As y'all will see, subpoenas to District 205 seeking records related to Henyard have been served at Thornton Township High School District 205. The subpoenas are seeking records related to the boyfriend. Yes, in which Kamal and Henyard's boyfriend was, they say that Kamal, who is Henyard's boyfriend, was the Township Risk Youth Program Director. Okay, so Tiffany says she wasn't what? She ain't had nothing to do with what? What she say? She ain't had nothing to do with it again? Didn't she say she ain't had nothing to do with it again?
Care about your kids. Because a lot of times people don't understand that the kids are the future. Whether you got kids, your kids grown, you got grandbabies, you don't, you still pay a portion of your property taxes for the schools. Little do you know. But they don't put the money back in the schools. Like, think about that. They should always put the money back in the schools, and they're not doing that. Now, I don't sit on that.
Exactly. That's why you got subpoenas on top of your head, because y'all was supposed to put that money back into the school, and y'all didn't. Y'all took it instead. And that's why the feds are on y'all ass about those subpoenas. And about that grant money.
So, y'all don't get it twisted and all messed up.
No, we ain't got it twisted.
There was some article that went out. Y'all constantly got to attach Tiffany Henyard, and you got to attach the village of Dolton to everything. We got nothing to do with that school board. We got.
See how quick she lie? I just showed y'all she do. Now let's listen to what else this hen said.
So we had an event right there off of Cottage Grove, and I do it every single year. So when I became mayor, I brought back the parades, I brought back the 4th of July events, the fireworks, all the festivities we had long time ago when Shauna was here, long time ago. And then they just stopped it. So
now Tiffany running off about this Nina. Okay, she mad because Nina wouldn't let her play on that grass the 4th of July. No. See, they stopped Tiffany after they got those subpoenas. They knew then they most likely was in some real trouble, stank, quicksand, okay? So then they stopped Tiffany from just having her way in that board 205 just having her way. They didn't let her use their grass, none of that. Okay? Because those subpoenas was inside their school requesting for information about Kamal getting them grants. Or that grant that's supposed to have been for the kids. And the kids never got it. Or the school never got it. So, before I get to Miss Nina and Tiffany can't play on the grass and she mad and still bringing that up a year later. And now she don't want Miss Nina to be on the board. She want people to vote Miss Nina out of 205 because she didn't get her way. Because Tiffany didn't get her way. That's all it is. But my question still remains. Tiffany had her goons sprinkled all over that village and that township. And y'all saw that Stan Brown was a part of that 205 board. And Kamal got that grant. Very easily, may I add. So Tiffany had goons sprinkled all over the place so she can get her way and get her hands on different type of funds and money. Stan was sprinkled over there in 205. Kamal sprinkled over there in 205 with a bogus title of youth director. Then Stan was also on the village trustee board. Then she had Keith Price all over the pantry and all over the food and all that stuff. Then she had her police goons at the village doing things that was against their oath. Yeah. Tiffany had goons sprinkled all over the place, even in school district 205, because Stan was sitting there. He was one of her goons. And it's quite strange that Kamal quickly got that grant. So, the question still remains. Did Stan help Kamal get that grant from that school, 205 district? That's just a question. Just a question. Now, let's go on to Miss Nina, because Tiffany is mad at Miss Nina.
I had it right there at Thornton High School, right there in the big old open field. It's for the people, right? So we thought it's for the people. So I had it there, and because of all this political rifts and political ties and all this drama, they chose not to allow us, meaning the community, the kids, to play on the grass.
Now, Tiffany doing all that, hooping and hollering out there. And the point is, they didn't want Tiffany on that grass. They didn't want her goons out there on that grass. They didn't want none of them out there on that grass, okay? Yeah, we talk. What about that with Stan, too? Yeah. Anyway, see, her goons wasn't able to have their way like they did. So Miss Nina stopped them from getting on that grass. As y'all notice, let me show y'all this, too, before I get to that. Miss Nina stopped Tiffany and called the sheriffs and told them that they could not have that 4th of July event in that park. Okay? She had already told Tiffany no. Tiffany and her goons went out there anyway. They was going to debo the park. But when they got there, they saw the sheriff. Miss Nina and the 205 school board was not playing with Tiffany when they said she could not use their property anymore. See, Tiffany and Kamal had done already ripped the school off, and the school have subpoenas sitting up in there, so they stopped letting Tiffany get her way. So when Tiffany tell us that she was not connected to 205, we clearly see that was a lie. She probably wasn't supposed to be connected to 205. But as you see, her goons were sprinkled inside 205. And Stan was doing her commands at the village when it came time to vote. And most likely, he was doing her commands at that 205 school district as well when it came time to vote inside of that 205 school board. Yeah. So see, they had a lot of stank going on. Yes, they did. So Tiffany just got mad at Miss Nina because Miss Nina called the sheriff, and the sheriff was out there waiting on Tiffany and her goons to let them know they was not going to step foot on that property trying to have no type of event. And then Tiffany put the kids out there on that hard-ass concrete to slip and slide in bubbles. That showed right there she didn't care nothing about the kids. How trifling was that? Now, let's listen to Tiffany here. Because she going to start snitching. She already done snitched on Stan and Kamal. Because she said I ain't got nothing to do with 205 school board. Yeah, but Stan was over there. That's your goon, right? Your boyfriend got a grant from over there. That's your baby cake, right? You gave him $100,000 a year job. Said he worked with the kids at 205 school district, right? No, don't try to distance yourself now and just throw Stan and Kamal in the fire. That's what it's giving. She dry snitching on them. That's exactly what it's giving. And Kamal standing right there beside her. It went clean over his head.
That's all he gonna do. He's doing what he said he was going to do. So you gotta give people credit when credit due, and y'all get upset. Everybody know I'm Democrat, but hey, look what the Democrat did to me. So I'm just saying, so party don't matter. You have to focus on someone's passion for what they do, their vision, and what they're gonna do next. That's where your focus needs to lie. Always remember that. Don't go after parties. I know we with the Republicans, we with the Democrats. You know what? Just whatever. Whatever you feel.
Tiffany boo-booing all over her DMs. You see how she did her DMs? Oh, she boo-booing all over them. She telling people, hey, I ain't for none of them. You see how they did me. You know, see how you did them. You done bullied them. You done intimidated them. You done took from them. All of that. But now that you get booted up out that township and booted up out that village, all of a sudden, they wrong? Come on now. Come on now. Make it make sense.
Fight for it. Whatever you feel, make sure that you outspoken about it too. And don't just stand still. Don't stand idle. Please don't. Another thing I want to tell y'all is...
She boo-booed all over her DMs. All over her DMs. Now check this out.
Much election rigging. When I say election rigging going on right here in the state of Illinois, election rigging going on right here in that state of Illinois. I know they're not going to tell y'all that, but it really is going on. It's happening. They got people coming in, voting 3-4 times with no IDs. They got all these things going on, but they ain't telling y'all. But guess what? People talking. And I wish the right people come around here and ask the right questions and find out what is going on, because they have election rigging going on in Illinois right now. And I don't know what races y'all been watching or not watching, but y'all better pay attention. They picking and choosing.
Okay, Tiffany talking about election rigging and all that stuff like that. Tiffany just running her mouth because things didn't go her way. But as you'll see right here, when Miss Nina told her that she could not get on that grass, she went up there to the school board of 205 complaining to Miss Nina and clowning on that lady about not letting her on the grass. So we thought you weren't connected to 205. Why are you over there clowning on this lady because this lady would not let you get on the grass at 205? She just clowned on this lady for not letting her get on the grass. How trifling. How trifling. Now, listen to the rest of her little rant.
Who they want to sit there, who they want to do their dirty work, period. That's how this game is going right now. And I'm just trying to make sure that you, like, up on game so you will know, what's next and how to handle it. But I'm always speaking on it. Prime example, we had a caucus, right? Y'all remember when they had that caucus and they locked all of us out? Couldn't nobody get in the building to vote? that's what's happening. And they
Tiffany done start sticking with that old lie again. Remember how they locked us out? You weren't locked out of there, girl. We clearly showed you inside parlaying. Way before it even started.
That one person, I told you, Napoleon, you don't do nothing. Napoleon, nowhere to be found. He's your committee man and also your senator. But he want to be the supervisor of Thornton Township. Make that make sense. You don't live in Thornton Township, so how are you committee man? You don't live in Thornton Township, so how you want to run for supervisor? You don't live in Thornton Township, but yet they had a whole entire court hearing inside of Thornton Township, lower level, about what was that, December? I think it was December, January. And guess what? The mayor...
Tiffany always talking about that man don't live in the township. He do live in the township, but just because y'all kept on stalking the man and couldn't find him go in and out the house, that don't mean he does not live there. It was very suspect and alarming how Tiffany and her goons was running over Napoleon's house 15 times a day for months, trying to see this man come out of his house or his family come out of his house, or so they could catch him and his family coming out of the house. And then you had Michael Smith clearly told this man address all on the TV, the internet, as if he was throwing a slight little threat there. So when y'all say y'all didn't see him, I don't blame the man for not being at that house. Y'all was stalking this man heavily. You got to think about that, family. Michael Smith clearly confessed to that while he was trying to boot Napoleon off the ballot. About how many times he was over there lurking, looking, sitting back around the corner, driving around the corner, sitting across the street, all that. Stalking the man. That was alarming. Trying to see if he in the house. His TV was on. His TV wasn't on. It was snow tracks. It was footprints in the snow. But I don't know if they were baby footprints or adult footprints, but we seen footprints in his yard. I mean, they was really stalking this man. And see, you have to be very, very careful when people like Tiffany and her goons are stalking you. Yeah, so I don't blame him for not going to that house. It might have looked like he did not stay there, but he do. But who is going to bring their family in harm's way like that when you got unhinged, criminal behaved people like this stalking them all day long? They always trying to see where everybody else live at in the village and the township. And this just shows how far they will go to intimidate, to bully the residents. If they did this to Napoleon, the senator, can you imagine what they was doing to the residents? And I'm going to let y'all hear something about that in a minute. That's really, it crushed my heart when I heard it. And I'm going to let y'all hear that part too, that somebody said. But it just goes to show how far they will go to intimidate people. So if they was doing this to Napoleon, what do y'all think they was doing to the residents that wasn't following their criminal behaved ways? But you notice how Tiffany and her goons want to know where everybody else stay. Even Miss Stubbs said she heard pow pow around her house. But Tiffany and her goons has not once told everybody where they live at. Right today, don't nobody really know where Tiffany stays at. Oh, I think she stays at her mama's house. Oh, I think she's building a house. Is it true that Tiffany is building a house somewhere? Hey, where do Tiffany stay at? Where do she stay at? Notice how they want to keep tabs on everybody else, but won't tell nobody a damn thing about them? Tiffany hasn't told anybody where she actually stays at. Is she staying at Kamal's car wash, above Kamal's car wash? Nobody really knows. How about Michael Smith? Where do he stay? Stan Brown, where do he stay? Kamal, Where he stay when he not running in and out of that car wash? DeMarcus Crindley, where he stay? Darlene Evers, where she stay? Them backyard hens that be running around with Tiffany, where they stay? Andrew Holm, where he stay? Louis Lacey, where he stay? Stacy Carell, where he stay? Robert Hunt, where he stay? William Moore, where he stay? Keith Price, where he stay? You see how they keep tabs on everybody else, but they never once tell their address over the internet. They'll tell everybody else's. They told Napoleon's. Yeah. Very suspect. Where y'all properties at? DeMarcus? Yeah. Where all his Airbnbs at? Where's all Kamal properties at? Where are all your properties at, Tiffany? And the rest of the goon squad. It's real suspect. Anyway.
Sure, you come out and vote. Make sure you click right in for Tiffany Henyard and write my name in. I am the best candidate for the job. I've done a great job here at Thornton Township. As you guys know that have been following me, because they kept you so distracted with Dolton mess. A lot of mess over there, but you're hear about that drama late, all the corrupt people late. But as it relates to Thornton Township, they had a deficit when I came in.
She lying.
In Thornton Township.
It's been proven they didn't have no deficit.
So when I come in,
they had a surplus.
Surpluses. Over $9 million surpluses. Go check it. You don't believe me.
She lying.
But they don't tell y'all these things, though, right? They want to make it like it's bad and they doing this, doing that. They'll tell you none of the good things we're doing.
It is bad, you old mud wilding hen. That's why you have not forked up the actual bank records to show everybody where the township really stands. But I guarantee you Napoleon's going to show it. He going to tell it. They're going to have probably a big report about how bad off the township is. Yeah. They
don't tell you all the programs we have came up with. They don't tell you any of that. When I came into Thornton Township as a supervisor, each year surplus. Each year, more and more people knew or know about the services here at Thornton Township. 20% knew Thornton Township existed. Now over 80% knows Thornton Township exists. We are servicing more and spending less.
That girl lying. Now you know she is not servicing more and spending less. All we have saw just from the village alone, she spends more, not less. So if she's doing it that way at one place, the village, she's definitely doing it at the township because they had a hell of a lot more money. She lied. Now, listen at Tiffany laugh at the other Sassy Cassie, Miss Cat, the bootleg Cab Calloway, her lawyer. Y'all know that the content creators have been talking about the other ones as well. Well, it just tickled Tiffany's fancy that the content creators was on these people's neck and not hers. And she's going to bring it up.
I'm okay with standing in the fire for it. Because at the end of the day, guys, me today, you tomorrow.
Check it out.
And guess what? Some of y'all get some of that smoke. So, you know I ain't making that up. Because, look, they got nobody else to ping pong, right? So I see a lot of y'all are getting all the smoke, all the negativities, all the little hate groups, all the followers, all the stalkers, you know. Welcome to the party.
See, she said, welcome to the party. She's talking about Sassy Cassie and Miss Cat, who came up there trying to ask for $8,000 for a performance she did not do. And when we was on bootleg Cab Calloway, man. And we've been talking about lawyers sometimes. Yeah, it just tickled Tiffany fancy to see them get ragged on this internet. Yes. Now, check this out.
So, Superman grow through all this negativity that came my way, but you have to go through it in order to know where to cut the snake hands off at, you know.
You hear Tiffany say you got to know where to cut the snake heads off at. This furthermore lets us know that Tiffany is feeling the whistleblower heat. It's given Tiffany is now feeling the whistleblower protection policy that was emphasized very hard last week at the Township board meeting. It's given that hen feels that whistleblower lineup. And the feds are making her feel that heat. Listen to her talk about the snakes that's in her crew.
I keep moving to know the who's who, because sometimes you have a Judas in your camp. And
What?
you don't even see, because you constantly moving and working, that you don't even understand this is the person that's right up on you, that's creating all the chaos, all the mess, all the hatred. Because, like I said, remember when I first won, everybody loved Tiffany Henyard. I was the best thing going, right? Oh, to be doing this, to be doing that, and I'm still doing it. But then it got all diluted with all the negativity, so I'm still me. I'm always be me. I'm never going to stop being Tiffany Henyard for nobody. So y'all can keep talking, keep saying whatever you're saying, but I'm going to keep growing.
So it basically, Tiffany is feeling the whistleblower heat. That's what it was given. Yeah. She was talking about the snakes, the Judas in her camp. They talking. She knows it. Yeah. Now, listen to Tiffany tell on herself once again by explaining the FOIA rules. And boy, did she not put her foot in her mouth. Yes. Then we'll get to her losing by a landslide.
Know that they did raise your property tax. You'll see that on the next installment coming up. But I'm trying to warn you now, because them same people that raise your property taxes are the same people rerunning again for re-election come April 1st. So say no to them. Hell no, they got to go. Say no. Make sure you pick different people. And I'm not even Republican, but go look at that ticket. Because I'm not picking none of the Democrats. Y'all can kick rocks, for real. Not one of them. All of them bad. Not one of them good.
Yeah, that's because they made you kick rocks.
And go check them other people out. Or don't vote for nobody.
She don't want nobody to vote for nobody because she want to make it. Goodbye. Anyway.
But I like to see things through, and I'm going to see this through. Come April 1st, which is next week Tuesday, is election day. Come out and vote. Stop letting people lie to y'all. Stop letting people just tell y'all anything. Do your own research.
We did.
You can FOIA anything. FOIA, Freedom
Listen.
of Information Act. Any community. You can FOIA any community. And every community must abide by state laws, state statute.
What?
Is, they have 5 days to give you the answer that you're looking for.
What?
So say, Vincent, you for your, I don't know, Pagwa's record. They got 5 days to give it to you.
Say it ain't so.
And then sometimes they come back and like, let me get extension. They get 10 days. Then after that, guess what? When they don't abide by it, most people go sue. I'm putting you on game again. But that's how it goes.
She said she putting us on game. And that's how it goes. Tiffany just stuck her foot in her mouth. And don't think them feds ain't listening to it. Tiffany sat right up there and confessed and told on herself once again by explaining the FOIA rules very, very clearly. The hen just told the feds she knows exactly how FOIA's laws are supposed to go. But her and her goons just didn't follow the rules, didn't follow the law. They chose to ignore the FOIA laws and rules. She clearly says it right there. She knows exactly how it goes. She just explained it to everybody. But she disobeyed them. She shitted on them and did it the way she wanted to do. She ignored FOIAs on purpose. She clearly letting y'all know she knows how it goes. So that tells you she ignored them on purpose because she knows exactly how she goes. Let me tell y'all something. Miss Lightfoot was trying to get information from Tiffany and her administration through FOIAs when Miss Lightfoot was doing her investigation. Guess what? Ignored. The feds was even sending in FOIAs to Tiffany and her goons, administration. Guess what? They tried to ignore it. Then them subpoenas come in. They still trying to ignore those. Tiffany and her administration has been ignoring the FOI rules and laws on purpose. She clearly says it. She stuck her foot right in her mouth once again. Now, Tiffany had some old peppercorn, popcorn man out there with her trying to sell.
Let's get it. This popcorn coming to you live with Tiffany. What's up, y'all? Yeah, let's go. Support us, black-owned business,
Popcorn, family. If y'all don't get up out of here, the popcorn man who got popcorn in his grandma's old plastic Tupperware container, talking about some popcorn, or whatever he got, with just a printed out colored label that looks like it comes from the elementary department, trying to sell and hustle up on popcorn money. Boy, Tiffany street hustlers are real, ain't they? They real street hustling popcorn in an empty parking lot. And Tiffany street goons and they street game is on struggle mode. You can tell it right here. Peppercorn popcorn, that's on struggling mode in an empty parking lot. Nobody there to buy not one popcorn. It's nobody in that parking lot but Tiffany, Kamal, and popcorn man. I'm telling you. Tiffany couldn't give out food in this one. Because y'all remember, in the last Township meeting, they said no more upcoming events for Tiffany. See, they knew what they was doing. See, most likely they saw that Tiffany had this here campaign run, last-ditch effort to try to get some write-ins. And they most likely knew that Tiffany was going to try to bring out some of those stale, trifling, old food boxes to give out while she tried to convince people to write her in. So what the board did last week, remember, they stopped all events. So Tiffany couldn't do it. So now Tiffany got the popcorn man out there. So he basically, him and his popcorn taking the place of the food boxes that they're supposed to give away. Notice ain't nobody there. See, that was the plan. I knew it was the reason why they said no more events. No more events. That's because they most likely got word that Tiffany was going to do this day and try to use food boxes and everything else and hand out her write-ins and try to get people to write her in. Basically, that's what it was given. So, popcorn man, he out there, he trying to sell popcorn.
We was out there on Sibley, Sibley, Indiana, but we moving around now. So definitely support popcorn, definitely support Tiff. Yeah. Vote. Let's go. Woo!
Now, you could tell Tiffany and her crew is sitting on struggle mode. Yeah, they sitting on struggle mode because my thing is, that's a big drop from eating that Roof Chris. That's a big drop from taking luxury flights. That's a big drop from getting custom-made clothes and getting your hair done and makeup done and all that. Now you're up there doing this, no makeup, and got your bootleg boy doing popcorn. That's a big drop, family. You could tell they on struggle mode right now. And then he got them in grandma's Tupperware containers. We got to do better. Anyway, then you will see that the dude comes back to say one more thing. Listen.
Mama, make sure you write her in so she can win. That's it. And then when you call me, spit 10.
Now, he said he came back. He left and then he came back. He said, make sure y'all write her in. and then split 10 with me. Is that peppercorn popcorn grandma container $10? If so, boy, you ain't gonna never sell that. That ain't even worth $2. He trying to hustle that little container for $10. Make sure you split 10. For that? What? It's not gonna happen. But anyway, he came back and he said, hey, make sure you write her in. What happened was he walked off and Kamal about told his butt that, hey, you sitting up there selling your stuff. You ain't say nothing about write her in. So then he come back and say, oh yeah, one more thing. Don't forget to write her in and split 10 with me. If that ain't a bootleg pitch sale, we don't even want no popcorn now. No, we don't. Now, Kamal sat up there and he told the public, let him keep lying. While his hen was standing right beside him, dry snitching on him about she ain't part of the 205 school board. Basically, he is, and Stan is. So basically, anything that's going on in 205, they ain't got nothing to do with me. That's them. No. It's you two, sister. But anyway, he had the nerve to say that. Let him keep lying. No. Kamal, your hen is the biggest liar of them all. Why you didn't come on this screen and tell us about that invisible youth program that you've been having for over 2.5 years? Why didn't you tell us about that grant money that you got that was supposed to be for the kids? Why you coming up here pointing your fingers at the public and all that? You missing the bigger picture here. We wants to know about you. Why didn't you tell us that? Why you didn't tell us about why that grant check went to your car wash? The hen was also in that empty parking lot bragging on that flop song of hers, feeding the people. Basically, if you listen to that song, family, it's nothing but a meltdown with beats added to it. Yeah, if you listen to Tiffany feeding the people, I'm feeding the people. If you listen to that song, it's nothing but a pure meltdown with beats added to it. That's what it was given to me. I'm sorry. You know, that's what it was given. And in this video that Tiffany was doing, you can clearly see that she's nervous and she's scared and she's shaking in her boots because she feels that those feds are right on her butt. She do. And I noticed that Clay G. Beats did something showing that the feds are right close on Tiffany's ass. He just did this video here a couple of days ago, about 2 days ago, and I noticed that he had this in there about Tiffany. He said, this how Tiffany gonna be when the feds come. She'll be riding in that Tahoe when they come. Yes, Tiffany gonna be riding around in the Tahoe when them feds come, because they are really close on Tiffany. You can see it. You can feel it. She don't even look right. She looks sad. Yeah, she do. She look like she's worried. Tiffany really do look like she's worried. Yes, she do. She do. She look like she's worried. She look like she's stressed out. And she don't know what to do. She really do. She's out there trying to convince everybody that, oh, I'm good. I'm good. I ain't worried. I'm good. But actually, I noticed she was doing more convincing herself than she was convincing the public. Yeah. Now, Tiffany lost by a landslide last night. Yes, she did. And her and Keith Price went in there for her to write her own self in. Yes, she did. Her and Keith Price and her homegirl was right there beside her. Y'all know the lady who said some nasty things to Mr. Dan Lee while she was at the mic at one of those village meetings. Yeah, mama. Yeah, mama. Yeah, that was she was telling Mr. Dan Lee. Well, she was right there with Tiffany on this day. Or it's a coincidence that she was just passing by. But the old bitty hen was there. While Tiffany went inside to do her own write-in for herself. Then after that, Tiffany went in the parking lot and did another big and last-ditch effort for people to vote her in. She went in the parking lot with that mess. Yeah. She went in the parking lot with this mess. Y'all write me in. Y'all write me in. Y'all write me in. Don't forget, my name is Tiff Any. My name is Tiff Any. Henyard. Y'all don't forget to write me in. And still lost by a landslide. Listen to her beg. Now, this was right before she found out she lost by a landslide. Check this out.
You know, I am still positive, uplifting, high energy, high spirit, and I am still running for re-election for Supervisor of Thornton Township. Make sure, again, you write me in for the win. You have until 7 p.m. this evening to come and vote if you have not voted already. Again, this is how you do it. I have these throughout Thornton Township in 17 different cities, and they tell you a step-by-step play on how to write me in. You can do it digital, or you can do it by paper. Either way, you just make sure you write my name in, and that's Tiff Any, Tiffamy, and last name Henyard, Henyard, Henyard. So make sure you write me in, and I'll see you guys this evening after 7. So hopefully results will be in no later than 8 o'clock, and you will know what's going on at Thornton Township.
Okay, and she did all that, and then she tried to do her last-ditch effort to get her write-in votes. Let me show y'all this right here, because I noticed Tiffany is looking like she know she was going to lose. Yeah, this was a couple of hours before the poll closed. She looked like she thought she was going to lose. But it's something I want y'all to see, because when Tiffany talks, I watches her very carefully, and I saw something in Tiffany that said, wow. It was like the evil was showing, but trying to keep, say, a composure that will trick you. Okay? So it's like her evilness was trying to come out, but then the side that she tricks people with was also coming out. So you could see two different people in one face. I'm telling y'all, family, I'm very deep with it, okay? And I look at people. That's just what I was trained to do for over 30-some years, okay? But check it out. I want y'all to check this here out right here. I want y'all to check this out right here. Look very carefully at this picture. This was Tiffany out there. And I said, damn, Tiffany got two different looks. She has an evil look on your right. And then she has a con look on your left. Show you what I'm talking about. If you look at that, you will see Tiffany looks mean. She looks mad. But then, if you put it over here, she looks regular, like ain't nothing wrong. Like ain't nothing wrong. So it was giving me face off. That's what it was giving me when I was looking at this the whole time, when she was doing this last little ditch effort to get wrote in. It was giving face off. Yes, It was giving Face Off. Who remember that movie? You got a mean look on the right here. And you got a con look on the left. It's the exact same thing Tiffany had. See, when you're dealing with people, criminal behaved people like that, people who have two different personalities, you have to watch them when they talk. Or you have to watch anybody when they talk. Because if I'm talking to people or people are talking to me and one side of their face look evil and the other side of their face look like ain't nothing wrong, something is definitely wrong. Because that's exactly what Tiffany gave right here. The right is a mean look. And then the left is an okay con look. Tiffany got a lot going on up there. And it's very dangerous. When a person, you just can't make this type of face. You can't even try to go in the mirror and make one side of your face look mean and one side of your face look okay. Like you're friendly. You can't do that. Some people might can, but then I question that person. It's no way your face should make two different statements when you're talking to people. Unless something is seriously wrong with that person. Anyway, I want y'all to hear this heartfelt speech that Ed Steve did while he was waiting on the results of the votes. He was outside and he was waiting on the numbers to come in to see if Clean House 2025 won and if the Township was the results of that. Okay? And this is what he said. And it touched my heart. And this is what I was telling y'all about at the beginning. That somebody said something that just made my heart crush. Check out what Ed Steve says.
It's truly a team that's going to work together. Truly a team that's going to work together. You know, and if we have disagreements, we're not going to be in front in public and argue and try to front everybody off. You know what I mean? The next team with the trustees, believe it or not, the next team with the trustees has, Jason House has the therapist coming in to really deal with the trauma. Because there's a lot of, you'd be surprised that behind the scenes, the unseen that people don't see was worse than what you see on camera. And the lives that were affected and everything from that. So,
did y'all hear what he just said? He said the next tea with the trustees, Jason House has already gotten a therapist that's going to come in and talk to the residents and help the residents in any way that they can, if need be, because of the trauma they have been through with Tiffany and her goons for nearly 4 years. That's so heartbreaking to hear. A lot of us, we realized it. I've said it a couple of times in some of my videos that this township and the village, the people who was affected so deeply when they was getting tickets, when they was getting bullied, when they was being put in jail for no reason. Remember Stephanie Wiedemann had to be put in jail over taking off flyers off a car and all that. And then Miss Stubbs had pow-pows around her house, which it was some pow-pow evidence, left around her house. And then those was things that people just told us. And I've always said in a lot of my videos, if Tiffany and them is doing this in the opening, what in the hell are they doing behind closed doors? What are they doing when we can't see? And obviously, it was horrifying because they are having a therapist come in there and help the residents get through some of the trauma that they have been through dealing with Tiffany and her goons. How disturbing. How disturbing. Check out what he says again. Wow. Unreal.
It's truly a team that's going to work together. Truly a team that's going to work together. You know, and if we have disagreements, we're not going to be in front in public and argue and try to front everybody off. You know what I mean? The next team, the trustees, believe it or not, the next team of trustees has, Jason House has a therapist coming in to really deal with the trauma. Because there's a lot of, you'd be surprised that behind the scenes, the unseen that people don't see was worse than what you see on camera. And the lives that were affected and everything from that. So there's a whole community has to heal from this last 4 years. And not heal with forgiving past hurts, forgiving past wrongs, and moving forward as a real team. And not holding grudges, and really doing the best thing for our village. And we...
So, unbelievable. Unbelievable.
And we have the power to make our community a decent place to live. We do. It's on us. It's in our hands. We don't have to wait on, depend on nobody else to really make our community a decent place to live. We unite with the residents first. Elected officials, the police department, fire department, and we transparent everything we do.
Okay. Well, you know, that was very heartbreaking to hear. So, you know, it seems like they are starting off on the right track by Clean House 2025, and Jason has decided to bring in a therapist to help people that's been through a lot with Tiffany and her goons. And like Ed Steve said, believe it or not, it's a lot of things that y'all don't even know that this administration did that affected a lot of lives. That's alarming. Wow. Now, while Tiffany was out there, you know, talking about, vote for me, my last ditch effort to try to get people to write in and all that, while she was doing that, I say a couple of hours later, what they always say, a few minutes later, this is what you heard. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Mm-hmm.
Thornton Township, y'all came and y'all showed out today. Y'all showed out today. I'm extremely proud of each and every one of you guys in the room. My name is Napoleon, if y'all didn't know.
A few minutes later. Yes. Tiffany lost by a landslide. Yes, she did. She lost by a landslide. And this was Napoleon's victory speech.
But it's really this is somewhere else. And so, along this journey, you know, I found a lot of good friends. And you see my good friends are behind me, they're on the side of me. I'm looking at them because you guys deserve the very best. And this is an opportunity to unite. It's an opportunity to move forward. It's an opportunity to reshape the vision of what Thornton Township has meant for some people and what it's going to be.
Well, basically, Napoleon said he getting the township on track, okay? Point blank period.
Thornton Township is made up of 17 unique communities. And now is the time more than ever that what's going on in our country, what's going on overseas, what's going on in the world, we unite for one cause. Tonight, I'm extending olive branches to each and every community that I'm representing. All 17 communities under one sound, one band, like drumline.
He said they all gonna be in unity, one sound, everything like a drum line, okay? So he's saying he's gonna make a big difference for the taxpayers, for the residents, for the schools, for the everybody that's the township covers, and that he's gonna do the best that he can along with his team and his slate. Okay, so bye-bye, Tiffany. No more. It's over with. And I got to give a salute to Nate Fields because he, you know, he did pretty good with his numbers. He got like 1,000 and something votes, which is good. But I also have to give him props for attending Napoleon's victory, you know, party. He came and he congratulated him. No other candidate that I saw that was running up against Napoleon came to just say, you know, good job, may the best man won, you know, it's all good. Now, Nate looks like he's ready to help Napoleon in any kind of way he can to bring the township to a better place. Okay, and it looks like he's also doing the same thing with Jason, because I saw him talking to Jason, you know, like he's extending that olive branch, like, hey, if you need me any type of way, I'm here. That's sportsmanship. So I had to give that shout out to Nathan Fields. Shout out, brother. You did a good run. Just keep it up. Quite sure you will get whatever position that you want in the future. Just keep stepping the way you've been stepping in a positive way, brother. Okay? So as y'all see, Tiffany lost by a landslide. Yeah, she lost by a landslide to Jason and Napoleon. This was the numbers of Napoleon, 74%. That Richard Nolan, 10%. Chris, but Nate had 11%, so he was right behind Napoleon. Okay, I don't know why they had his number last. You're supposed to put highest to last, whatever. I don't like the way they did that one, but anyway, as y'all would see, it says as of 9:46 p.m. Tuesday, Harris III was the first. He was in first place with 11,184 votes, which is 74%. While Nate Fields Jr., he was right behind him at 1,603 votes, 11%. Okay, and then the Nolan man was 1,500, okay, with 10% vote. So it looked like Tiffany right in. Tiffany most likely she probably got about 800 votes, if that. I'm just saying. That'll make up the difference from these numbers here. She probably got about 800 votes. And it wasn't even worth putting up there, I guess, because they didn't put it up there. And then you see that at 8:52 Tuesday, Jason, he defeated Sassy Cassie he had 3,171 votes, and Sassy Cassie had 152 votes. Yes, Sassy Cassie. See, these are the numbers that you get, Sassy Cassie. 152 votes. That's what you get when you tell the residents, F around and find out. No, no, no. It looked like you F'd around and found out with 152 votes. Yes. Yes. And most of them were probably contractors that you had promised something. Or some of them probably was abandoned. Somebody come out them abandoned houses and voted for you. I don't know. But anyway, this is the old mayor, Riley Rogers, who Tiffany was always giving hell. He was there at the vote place, and they asked him a couple of questions, and this is what he said. People want to have peace here, and they want to make sure that they're represented by a good person in office, said Riley Rogers, the former mayor of Dolton. Remember Tiffany, Stan, and Robert Hunt gave this man hell till it almost dragged his health down to the ground, okay? Boy, then he said, there's been a lot of turmoil here in Dolton and also in the township. So there's going to be a mandate today. Yeah, so they changing that. So he felt like Tiffany was going to come up out of there, okay? And Rogers said he's seen voters come out on Tuesday enthusiastic to cast their votes, to cast at the ballot. So that's pretty cool. But I can tell you right now, Tiffany dry snitched on Kamal, herself, and Stan, all at the same time. So it won't be long before Tiffany get busted. Yeah. Yeah, but I think they're going to wait. I don't think that the Fed's going to come after Tiffany no time right now. Tiffany still has a month in that seat, in the mayor seat and the supervisor seat. She don't come out of there until May next month, 2025, before she exit out permanently. And then I think the feds are then going to go into that township and that village, and then or they'll be able to snatch more documents that they want, because Tiffany is not there to block anything. And I think once they get all that, I think then they coming to get Tiffany. I really do. But I really do think they're going to wait till after she's permanently out of office, because right now she still has until May. And I feel that the feds, my opinion, just don't want to grab Tiffany while she still has taxpayers' dollars behind her, and she hire a legal team off the taxpayers' dollars. So I think they're going to let her completely get up out of there before we see Tiffany start getting hemmed up and her goons start being put up in them cuffs. Yeah, I really do. Yeah. And then I had, so I really do think that they don't want Tiffany to spend the taxpayers' money and the government's money, any more of their money, trying to get a defense team if they grab her now, because she still is the mayor and the supervisor until next month. And next month, when she exits out of there permanently, I don't think she's going to do a smooth transition. I really don't. I think something's going to go on or whatever. I could be wrong, but I'm just going by with Tiffany, man. Her and her goons, they just can't be trusted. And, people need to keep an eye on them until they are permanently gone. That's my opinion. But I did have a couple of emails asking me, do they think Tiffany can get unemployment or something like that? And I was like, well, I really never thought about that. I don't think she can, because unemployment has always been. It's no matter what state you are in. Unemployment always had, a background of, if you have caused the loss of your job, they're not going to give it to you. It has to be no fault of your own. In Tiffany's case, it's a lot of faults of her own. Okay? And that's exactly what it says here. In Illinois, being under federal investigation does not automatically disqualify you from receiving unemployment benefits, but the Illinois Department of Employment Security, IDES, will review your case to determine eligibility, considering whether your job loss was through no fault of your own. And that canceled Tiffany right there. Her job loss had everything to do with the fault of her own. It really did. It really did. You see, it has to be no fault of your own. The fact that you are under federal investigation doesn't automatically mean you are ineligible. The IDES will assess your situation based on the circumstances of your job loss. Okay? But like they say, it has to be through no fault of your own. Yeah. And all of it was through Tiffany's fault. You may be disqualified if the IDES finds that you were fired for misconduct in connection with your work, or if you quit without cause. And if you think about it, Tiffany also has not been going to the meetings at the last time, like the last few meetings that they've been having. Tiffany hasn't been there. Tiffany haven't been there at all. So that's another thing that they can use. Tiffany stopped going to meetings about 2 weeks ago. Ever since Carmen and Chris walked up out of there. The first time when Tiffany wouldn't let Stephanie get on the phone. Tiffany haven't been back on her job. They said they really hadn't seen Tiffany come inside of the township to even conduct supervisor business. And it's the same way with the village. Tiffany has been missing out of those village meetings for a minute. So she kind of disregarded her job before she even got voted out. So no, I don't think Tiffany will get no unemployment at all. So the bottom line is Napoleon beat Tiffany by a landslide. I just have to say they did that. Beat them by a landslide. So now it seems like Tiffany and her goons will be booted out of there, and people can start going through therapy, and people can start going through healing and moving towards a better village and a better township. So congratulations to Clean House 2025. Congratulations to Napoleon and his team. Congratulations to the residents for taking their village back and fighting for their village. And they did that. And just want to say congratulations to you all. Now, Tiffany is basically out here looking like a stray puppy. Okay? Tiffany's looking like a lost puppy right about now. Waiting on the feds to just come scoop her up. That's basically what it's giving. She is somewhere lonely, crying, swinging in the air, windmilling in the air, because she gone. Tiffany is like a lost puppy right about now. Waiting on the feds. But you ain't got to worry. The feds will come pick up that lost puppy and take the lost puppy where it needs to go. Yeah. To jail. Yeah. And haven't y'all noticed that here lately, Tiffany did those 2 last-ditch efforts in those videos to try to get write-ins. But haven't y'all noticed that Tiffany did not have that female Nino Brown bully badass attitude? She haven't been having that because she know that water hot. She know the feds has turned up the heat. She knows this. Haven't y'all noticed that? She has not had that female Nino Brown attitude. She done humbled herself. Now she walking around looking like a lost puppy. Yeah. Sometimes it do take the feds to humble that ass. Yeah. That's all I got to say about that. Let me say a special thanks to everybody who donated. Let me also tell everybody that we will be doing a live. I'm going to show y'all that in another video. But we will be doing a live the next time I come on. I can't really say what day is going to be, but y'all know I'm always coming on between 2 or 3 days. I don't know. I just can't say. But the next time I come on, y'all just make sure that y'all are subscribed and that you get your notifications and all that good stuff. And I will be doing a live my next video, okay? But I want to say thank you to everybody who donated in my last video. Darlene Chestnut, thank you so much for your generosity. Kimberly Cobbins, thank you so much for your generosity. Kay Michelle, thank you so much for your generosity. Kenneth Dawkins, thank you so much for your generosity. Bay Solo, thank you so much for your generosity. Jerry K. Lipcomb, thank you so much for your generosity. Mike, thank you so much for your generosity. Towels 548, thank you so much for your generosity. Kai Daniels, thank you so much for your generosity. Jess Herb, thank you so much for your generosity. Y'all donations are greatly, greatly appreciated. I appreciate y'all generosity so much. Thank you once again. Sending loves and hugs to all of you who donated. Sending loves and hugs to the chat. Sending love and hugs to the replay gang. Love and hugs to the subscribers, old subscribers, new subscribers. Love and hugs to our viewers as well. Thank you all. Thank you all. Cooking with Frank, thank you so much for your generosity and your donation. I appreciate it. Thank you all. See y'all in the next live. Gain knowledge to prevent blockage. And we all know what that means. The more you know, the harder it is for anybody to block y'all from your goals and success. Bye-bye.